Emails, meetings, errands, deadlines, social media. Does it ever feel like the world is just constantly demanding something from you? Like you're always on, always pushing, always just trying to keep your head above water? And in this non-stop hustle, is true rest even possible anymore? Not just sleeping, but real, deep, soul-level rest? We live in a culture that glorifies busy. The more packed your schedule, the more important you must be, right? But all that striving leaves us exhausted, anxious, and often feeling empty. What if the rest we desperately crave isn't found by simply doing less, but by being more, with someone who offers it freely? The Bible actually talks a lot about rest. Not just the kind you get from a good night's sleep, but a profound, spiritual rest. A rest that centers your soul even when life around you is spinning out of control. Today we're going to explore what the Bible means by God's rest and how we can actually enter into it even in our incredibly busy world. We try so many things to find rest, don't we? Vacations, hobbies, binge-watching shows, scrolling endlessly. And while these can provide temporary relief, they rarely touch that deep weariness in our souls. That's because true rest isn't just the absence of activity. It's the presence of peace that comes from complete trust. The book of Hebrews talks about this. Let's look at Hebrews chapter 4. It says in verses 9 through 11, "So there remains a Sabbath rest for the people of God. For the one who has entered his rest has himself also rested from his works, as God did from his. Therefore, let's make every effort to enter that rest, so that no one will fall, following the same example of disobedience." This Sabbath rest isn't just the Old Testament day of rest. It's a spiritual reality available to us now. It's about resting from our works. Not that we stop doing things, but we stop relying solely on our own effort, our own strength, our own striving to earn approval, security, or worth. We rest in God's finished work. Think about it. How much of our stress comes from feeling like it all depends on us? We have to perform. We have to achieve. We have to measure up. And that is an incredibly heavy burden to carry. We exhaust ourselves trying to be enough, do enough, have enough. But Jesus offers a different way. In Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30, he gives this beautiful invitation. "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is comfortable and my burden is light." Did you catch that? You will find rest for your souls. Not just rest for your bodies, but for the deepest part of who you are. Jesus isn't adding another task to our already overflowing to-do list. He's saying, "Give me your heavy burdens. My way is different. My way leads to rest." His yoke isn't meant to weigh you down. It's meant to connect you to his strength, allowing you to walk with him, sharing the load, and finding true ease. Entering God's rest isn't about being lazy. It's about being wise enough to know our limits and faithful enough to trust God's limitless ability. It's about surrendering our need to control everything and trusting that he is working all things for our good and his glory. It's finding peace not in the absence of problems, but in the presence of our good shepherd who carries us through them. So, the next time you feel that familiar grip of overwhelm, that crushing weight of trying to do it all on your own, remember Jesus' gentle invitation. True rest is not found in perfecting your to-do list. It's found in coming to him. It's found in trusting his finished work on the cross and living from a place of his acceptance and strength, not your own striving. That is the rest your soul has been craving. In summary, finding rest in God isn't about escaping reality. It's about anchoring your soul in the one who offers true, deep rest. It's about stepping out of the exhausting cycle of self-reliance and stepping into the peace that comes from trusting in Jesus. His burden is light, and his rest is real.